Most AI initiatives don't deliver what they promised. When you trace back as to why, it rarely comes down to the model. It comes down to the data environment that nobody audited before the project started. And in most organizations, that environment has four problems that nobody talk about before the project begins. When organizations decide to implement AI, the conversation usually starts in the same place. Which model, which vendor, which infrastructure. But what doesn't come up, or not early enough, is the data feeding into it. And that's the problem because a model is only as good as its inputs. If the foundation is broken, it doesn't matter how sophisticated the technology is. What you get out is a direct reflection of what you put in. I like to call it garbage in, garbage out. Imagine a company trying to build an AI model to forecast its revenue. Sounds straightforward, right? Until you start looking at how revenue is actually defined across the organization. Finance has one definition, sales has another, marketing is pulling from a dashboard that nobody maintains anymore. Before you can build anything, you're stuck answering a basic question. Which number is correct? And this is what happens when there's no data governance in place. Every team defines data their own way, and every system tells a different story. And the AI projects grinds to a halt before it even begins. I've seen this firsthand. A large healthcare organization came to my team and I wanting us to implement generative AI. And when we started asking about their data, how was it defined? Who owned it? Where does it live? There was no clear answers. We had to stop the AI conversation entirely and start with the data strategy first. They weren't happy about it, but trust me, it was the right call to do. Then another issue shows up. Who actually owns the data? It sounds like a simple question, but for most organizations, it isn't. Is it IT? Is it the data team? Is it the business units? Ownership isn't clear. Accountability disappears with it. Nobody's responsible for keeping the data clean. Nobody's responsible for keeping consistency. Nobody's responsible for catching errors before they flow downstream. Data becomes everyone's responsibility, which usually means it becomes no one's responsibility. Now, let's say you get past governance and ownership. There's still another problem. Can your leadership trust the data? Someone asks, where did this number come from? How was it calculated? Is it complete? Can anyone in your organization give a clear answer? In many organizations, they can't because there's no data lineage, no visibility into how the data moves across the system, how it gets transformed, how it might break. So when AI produces a result, leadership hesitates. And that hesitation is the beginning of an end. Because if you don't trust the data going in, you'll never trust the output coming out. The last issue shows up almost every single time. The data isn't in one place. It's scattered across years of accumulated systems. A CRM added in 2015, a billing platform from a merger, a legacy database that nobody fully understands anymore, a marketing tool that someone set up 3 years ago and it's still running. I've seen an organization where a customer lives in 5 different systems with 5 slightly different records. So when they try to build AI on top of that, they hit a wall. The project doesn't fail because the model doesn't work. The project fails because nobody can agree on which data to trust. So when you layer AI on top of this kind of environment, AI just stops being used. So when an organization says that they're ready to implement AI, the question worth asking isn't about the model. It's about what's underneath it. Do you know where your data comes from? Does your team trust it? Does anyone own it? Because the organizations that are getting real value from AI right now didn't start with the most advanced technology. They started by getting their data house in order first. And I know that's not the most exciting part of the conversation. Well, for me it is. But it's the part that determines whether any of it works.